There are some people who I simply no longer have time for.
Alright, you two! Out!
Now, of course I don't mean this in a mean way, because as I would hope you know by now, that's not who I am, and that's definitely not what I'm all about. But even I'm starting to realize that I have to have boundaries, which is hard for someone like me. Once again, this does not mean like I have to be mean to these people, because I always try to be the nicest person to everyone. That's just who I am. But it's actually about protecting my peace and protecting my energy. Because how can I continue being my kind, happy, positive self if the people surrounding me don't reflect these values? So I recently made a tweet, and I also posted this to Instagram, which was of course about people who I no longer have time for, or at the very least, because sometimes you can't remove them completely from your life, to be aware of these people, and to keep as much distance from them as possible. You don't have to physically remove them, or turn it into a whole confrontation, which are things like I'm not good at.
Now shut that door and get the hell out of here!
But simply, it's a matter of not making yourself as easily available. Now, of course, as I'm often talking about, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time around. So, if you're not careful, the people around you might weaken your mindset, keep you down, or make it more negative without you even realizing it. So this is why in today's video I'm going to be talking about the 4 different types of people who you need to be keeping your distance from in order to protect your peace and protect your energy. Or some of these people, it might just be best to get them out of your life immediately. So the types I'm going to be expanding on are going to be shallow people who can't have a deep conversation, judgmental people who always make you feel bad about yourself, negative people who never have anything nice to say, and fake and insecure people who brag about themselves but never compliment you. Without further ado, let's dive deeper now.
Give me a...
What's happening, guys? Welcome back to the Jared and James channel. I'm Jared Weiss. If you guys didn't know that, must be not subscribe to the channel so you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button, be sure to leave a like, drop a comment, let me know your thoughts on the video. Follow me on every platform, and if you guys haven't done so already, make sure to check out my book, Fight Through by Jared Weiss. All links pretty are on my website, which is jaredryanweiss.com. That's JAREDRYANWEISS.com. Buy the book, support me, and also make sure to check out all the awesome shirts I have on there as well. Every shirt is 100% organic cotton. Every shirt is like its own motivational saying, so it's words in it. So like, what could be better than all that? Any support at all, as always, is very much appreciated. So let's dive deeper now. So now, to start this video off, I want to reference a chapter from my book, especially because in my book, I do have a lot to say on the importance of the people who are in your life and the people who you choose to surround yourself with. So the chapter like that I'm going to be referencing from is called Get Rid of the Fluff and the Toxic, which is chapter 45 in my book. So, one rough part of life is seeing people who you think are your friends, but will talk bad about you behind your back or to your face, or won't want to be seen with you when there are others around. I have no room for fake friends. Like Drake's song Fake Love says, I've got fake people showing fake love to me straight up to my face. There are a lot of fake people out there, and they give a lot of fake love to use you for their own benefits. Some people are really needy and want you to be there for them when they aren't there for you. A friendship should never be a one-way street. It shouldn't be a stressful job. It's supposed to be flowing and should bring out the best in each other. I'm going to skip around a little bit. What you do with people like that is in your mind, thank them for what they did for you in the past, and realize like they aren't there for you now and can't handle being a good friend to the awesome person you are. And if they aren't going to treat you the way that you deserve to be treated, then you have to do what's best for you and say this just isn't working out anymore. Almost how you would end a romantic relationship. Seinfeld did an episode on this called Male Unbonding.
I don't think we should see each other anymore. This friendship, it's not working.
The best friends don't need to put on a facade. By being themselves, they are always exuding their best qualities. It's not easy getting rid of people in your life, but it is a necessary thing to learn to do. It's also pivotal to let go of any hostility towards those who've wronged you in life, because that just drains you from moving forward. As the famous quote goes, don't let anyone rent a space in your head unless they are a good tenant. Why should you be around people who don't make you feel like you are incredible and realize how awesome a person you are to be with? Value yourself, value your time, and get rid of the fluff. Having fake people around is like fluff. It doesn't need to be there, and it's only adding weight that's making it harder for you to get around. Alright, so that's not the full chapter, but like I think it's like a really powerful excerpt that I can want to share to get this video started on the topic. And if you guys want to read more, check out my book Fight Through It on my website. So the first type of person who I no longer have time for is shallow people who can't have a deep conversation. These are the people who it's like all about materialistic items or how much money you have.
I like money!
Or these people will only like you whenever you're balling out. You have this many followers, you score this many points in your games. But if or when things go downhill, this person is of course nowhere to be found. Now of course this is different from when I say things like not everything has to be so serious in life. We should be able to have lighthearted conversations when these conversations bring us joy, and we should be able to laugh often, as these are of course important things with friends, family, partners, etc. However, the issue starts if you don't feel comfortable opening up to this person, or can't ever talk about how you're really feeling deep down. Because if you can't do that, that relationship will likely always be superficial and probably won't last long and probably won't bring a ton of fulfillment.
I'm really superficial. Don't get me wrong, you're cute. You're a nobody.
Or at least I know that for me. I've had people in my life who I thought were my good friends because we had fun, and that is important. But with me, there has to be more to it. I need to be able to tell you what's going on deep down if I'm going to bring you into my inner circle. Fun is part of the equation, but if all you can talk about are things on the outside, or in the whole 3D superficial world, but can't hold space for me opening up to you, and be there for me when I need you for more than just fun, then I'm sorry, but your value in me just isn't enough.
I'm getting to a point in my life where I need something more than just a good time.
It's like as Chris Webby says in the song Optimus Rhyme, I had people in my circle but they weren't in my corner. We all struggle, so we all need people who aren't just around when things are fun and when everything's going great, but who's going to be there for you when you really need a friend. Next up, the next type of person who I no longer have time for, and who I believe we all need to distance ourselves from in order to be the best versions of ourselves, and if we want to have a strong inner circle, is judgmental people who constantly make you feel bad about yourself. It occurred to me recently that a lot of people are very judgmental.
That is the ugliest effing skirt I've ever seen.
And hey, maybe it's always been that way, but these people I've find it easier to criticize others because they think that if they do this, you're not going to see their flaws. For example, and I'm not going to get into specifics,
We need a name. Give us a name.
these people will point out things like, look at how bad this person's posts are, or look at how fat or how skinny this person is. This person has this thing wrong with them. Now look, are we all semi-judgmental to an extent? Yes, because that is human nature. But we don't have to say these things out loud, because who are you to judge others when you're not perfect yourself? Why is it your place to criticize this person? You have no idea what this person's been through or what this person's going through. So it's like at my gym, for instance. I have so much respect for everyone who shows up, but every so often I'll hear someone say things like, I'll hear someone making fun of someone's form, or once again saying how fat or how skinny this person is. But me, I'm just I respect you so much for showing up and putting in the work on yourself, and for making an effort and trying. And if you're going to take the time to criticize them, why not try to help them out maybe?
That makes sense to me.
Or even congratulate them or compliment them for putting in the effort and doing something that's challenging. Think about how much harder it is for someone who's not in shape or who doesn't know what they're doing to come to the gym. Now if you're going to sit around and criticize them, are you an expert? Now I'm not talking about the ego-driven high schooler who puts 1,000,000 pounds on the bar and lifts with horrible form and chances are is not going to listen to anyone, but I'm referring to the person who you can tell is afraid to ask for help but really wants it and needs it. At the very least, smile at them and give them some encouragement, because that will go a long way and will be way more valuable than acting like you're above them and don't remember how you started somewhere too. And the funny thing is, it's rarely ever the person who's in the best shape or the strongest person who's saying these things and making these judgments, because it's the same thing as how you'll rarely ever see a hater who's doing better than you, but it's the person who's average themselves and isn't sure of themselves but wants you to think that they're great, that's so often the one who's going to be doing the most judging and the most criticism. Next up, the next person to keep your distance from is always negative people who never have anything nice or positive to say.
I hate all of you.
Now I've also discovered that some people these days are constantly focusing on or searching for everything wrong in the world, or are always searching for someone to blame and something to complain about. While some of us like myself are optimists and try to seek out the good even in the worst of situations, others out there will find it easier to point out everything wrong and to complain about it rather than actually putting in the time to make a change. Now of course this is different from talking about what you're truly feeling and the challenges that all of us go through. That's real, and we do need people we can count on for when we are going through rough times. So I'm not talking about ignoring what's wrong with the world or ignoring what's wrong with your life. I'm talking about the people who have reasons to be happy and reasons to smile if they wanted to, but rather keep 100% of their focus on the bad. Energy flows where focus goes, so if you seek out the bad and the negative, you're going to start finding more of that. Once again, it's not about ignoring the bad, it's about acknowledging that it's there, but then choosing to shift your focus and your perspective onto the positive. Some people out there only want to talk about the wars in the world, or the wars in their life, or will actually make them up, or it's oh, this person sucks, this movie sucks, all the music is horrible, all these people suck, and these people tend to use broad generalizations, even when this doesn't represent the whole picture. And it's like from one of my favorite movies, Hitch, this whole scene where like Egon is talking to what's his name? Albert, and these two just met, but like all this guy wants to talk about is how bad this new restaurant is, how bad the design for the Jets' new football stadium is.
That new Brazilian restaurant?
No, but I am looking.
It's disgusting. Did you see that new installation at MoMA?
Yes, did you?
Disgusting.
And then Albert, like who's trying to impress his girlfriend, finally throws this like right back in their faces.
What was your name, Eggnog? What do you think of the design of the Jets' new football stadium on the west side? Let me guess. Disgusting?
So yes, not everything is always going to be all love and light. And as I said in point 1, it's one thing to have deep conversations on real topics and real challenges and real troubles, which is something we should all value, but it's another to be around someone who finds the darkness in every light and who's dead set on being angry, upset, or pissed off at the whole world. One thing I've noticed, being someone who is so positive, I think, and like this is just my observation, other people out there value this positivity in me, but they aren't positive people themselves, so this puts me in a tough position. But it's more important for me to value my peace and protect my peace and protect my energy. So if this person can't add to my positivity and add to or match my mood and happiness, they will only drain me and poke holes in my ship. So I need to remove myself and keep my distance from them, because otherwise that is going to start to overwhelm me. So if you can't handle me and what I'm all about, and are actually going to take away from me, then you don't belong in my circle.
You are out.
What? And it's like there's some people like myself who would have every excuse to be bitter, upset at the world, and like to be mad at life, and not to smile, but yet I choose to. So it's like when I see someone who has every reason to smile and to be grateful, but choose not to, this is what upsets me. Now the next and final type of person, who I'm going to be discussing in today's video, even though like I'm sure there's a million more examples where I could get into, is fake and insecure people who brag about themselves constantly, but never compliment you. This is the person who spends as much time as they want telling you how much money they have, or how great they are at their sport, or how amazing they are at their job, or whatever it is, or how amazing their relationship is. I'm not talking about the person who does it like in a sincere way. I'm talking about the person who breathes insecurity.
Power suit, power tie, power steering. People can wince, cry, beg, but eventually they do what I want.
And fake confidence. Because there's nothing wrong with telling your friends about your accomplishments and telling people like how great you're doing, but there is definitely a certain way of going about it when it becomes super negative and toxic behavior, and I think most of us can recognize this. It's because they want you to believe like they're the best, when truthfully, they don't believe it themselves. So it's like, if they can convince you of this, maybe somehow it can become true. But then the issue is, as soon as you tell them what you're up to, or what you're accomplishing, they will either diminish you and put you down, or make you feel guilty for even letting them know. So they can talk to you for hours upon hours, and make you listen to like all about how great they're doing, but as soon as you try to throw in something good about yourself, you get shut down and made to feel bad. You, or at least I, don't need these people in my life. I need someone who makes me feel good about myself, and happy to be around them, and like what I'm up to matters too. It can't just be like all about you. As I'm always saying, being a good, genuine listener is extremely valuable these days because like it's in such short supply.
Men of Farquaad stature are in short supply.
And so I'm always trying to be this to other people, and the other piece of this is this type of person, while they want you to think like they're balling out and they're living their best life, usually it's the exact opposite. True success doesn't have to be loud and flashy, so most of these people who are constantly bragging are fake and don't have good moral values, so they become whatever they think everyone wants them to be. But once again, I don't have time for fake. I need authenticity and people who are their true selves and who are comfortable in their own skin. The world as a whole needs more people who are their true authentic selves and who are comfortable in their own skin, because doing this will actually encourage more people to be their true selves. We don't need more people who are phony and fake and who will go wherever the wind blows them, but then try to tell you all about how amazing they are. It's not real, and like I don't need to listen to it. Anyways guys, hope you guys enjoyed the video, hope you guys enjoyed the topics. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Let me know who you guys think the worst type of people are. And also let me know if you guys have removed any of these people from your lives too. Anyways guys, make sure to subscribe to the channel, be sure to drop a like, leave a comment. I will catch you guys next time. Stay positive, stay hustling, stay grinding. Remember that like you are the people you keep, so choose wisely. I will catch you guys next time. Peace.